I'm a raptor. Roar. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Hello gamers and lost souls of the world alike. It's been some time since I've brought you guys some gameplay, at least a good couple of weeks. So I figured I'd probably should send some gameplay up on there before everybody thinks I'm dead. So this will actually be the second Overwatch on the channel. The first one seemed to do pretty good. So I figured I'd probably throw another one up there, because I've actually enjoyed it, and truth be told, I actually haven't had the chance to put any more gameplay up since the last time I played it, or I actually haven't had much of a chance to play Overwatch since I got the game, because I'd been going through, work and then fighting with myself and all of that stuff. So I'll probably, so I haven't come back to it in a while. I have played a little bit, but not so much as to get, unspeakably good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and play as McCree here. He seems pretty good. There was something saying that he was a little overpowered. But I kind of think that most of the characters in Overwatch all of them are overpowered, actually. But, and we go ahead and start off with a death there. But no, usually I was playing as a Soldier 76 and I wanted to sort of master him. But it looked like he was kind of already banned from this one, or he was already taken, so I couldn't play him. Now, there have been some updates. I am still at my current job at the call center. It's kind of by a last thread, so we're actually currently looking for something a little bit better. However, we're trying to make it work until past Christmas. And there's a lot of people there, so I should probably fall back and then find some health. But so we're kind of trying to make it work until after Christmas, and then after that we're going to try, well, I know I personally am going to try and find something that pays a little bit better. I'm kind of hoping for something quiet and out of the way, where I'm not getting screamed at by everybody on God's green earth. However, I have picked up a new little hobby that's quickly turned into sort of a raving passion now, and I am going to admit it is going to be kind of embarrassing because it's not the most manliest of hobbies, but I actually started picking up macrame, and that didn't work either. And that's sort of making like braided jewelry and that kind of stuff. And I'm actually hoping to grow out of, master that and start making actual real metal jewelry, because it seems to sell pretty good in person, and we can do art shows and the gun shows and all of that stuff to actually start making some money and supplement income, because I think that is a good thing to be able to do. Ah, damn, and that didn't work either. And there's a health right there. So don't worry, guys. I'll figure McCree out, and then we'll be able to rock some face from there. But I'm making jewelry and stuff like that right now. Macrame, which I'm kind of just starting out. Just the single helix bracelets. And I've actually got to a point where I started weaving beads into it. So it looks pretty good. It looks like something you'd find in some kind of earthy shop somewhere. And that you could probably, you'd pay, $9-10 for that. So I'm pretty excited since we're at that right now. And then once I get through that, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna start working with metal jewelry and stuff like that as well. Hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be able to actually start making a small little business out of it, to get a stable income off of it, and then maybe, if I'm lucky and the grace of whatever up there is in our favor, I will be able to wow, I'm sorry. I kind of got a little bit focused on this here. But anyways, I just died, so I can say that. Hopefully we can sort of make a business out of it, and I can get to a place where, you know, I can be my own boss and stuff like that. But I think that's going to be a lot of hard work, and it's work that I'm willing to do. Excuse me, because it's sort of become like a stark raven passion of mine. And it looks pretty good. Right now I'm sort of at a place where I'm weaving beads into a single helix bracelet with button stoppers, and it's starting to look pretty professional there. My plan is I'm going to start mastering the double helix and some other braids, and then start being able to start weaving in, you know, beads into that as well, and then from there I'm going to start doing metal jewelry, and then hopefully things will go pretty good from there. But fingers crossed, here's hoping. Updates on our cat. Yeah, we actually did pick up a stray cat, which originally we figured he was somebody's lost pet. However, his reactions to the cats and the dogs and all of that stuff leads us to believe he was kind of a stray. And then on top of that, we also found some other cats in the neighborhood with his colorations as well. So we're pretty much thinking he's a stray. All in all, we decided to keep him, and right now he's sort of gotten used to the other cats that we have, and he's kind of okay with the dogs. And I'm gonna go ahead and nope, crap, I chose Reaper, which it's all fun and dandy there, but I haven't quite been able to master him. And he pretty much has a walking speed, and we have 2 close range shotguns, so I'm not quite really good at getting close range to use those. We'll see how this goes, since we're... Oh, wait! Not enough players, so we can go ahead and go with the hero that we're familiar with. Hopefully I can get Soldier 76. But we actually ended up naming him Aragorn, because we're complete nerds. And then we actually just call him Strider, or Hey Cat for short. A loving little guy too. I know there's a lot of times like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning where he'll just be a complete loving cat, and then we can't quite sleep and stuff like that, but we're making it work. But no, for right now that's the plan. For the job, we're gonna make it work until after Christmas, fingers crossed, hopefully, and then we'll find something a little bit better that pays better. And I've got my second beer open right now. Luckily, I didn't go through all of them in the week, so I've got a little bit more to spare. Now, it's about 10 o'clock while I'm recording this, and I actually have to be at work at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning or tomorrow, whenever you're watching this. So I'll probably render it, and then you guys will see it sometime tomorrow. So yeah. Anyways, we're not doing quite very... all that well with this one, but like I said, I haven't quite gotten the chance to play this since, I first bought it. So I do apologize about the gameplay there, and we are open, and it looks like we are trying to take an objective. And I kind of like Soldier 76. I think he's one of the best starting characters because he has so many different things. Like, you can get into about mid-range, you can rush, and then on top of that you can also heal. And on top of that you've got a grenade launcher too to add a little bit more punch to him. And it looks like they've got a Mei. And there's a Hanzo. 2 Meis. Ooh. There we go, and we managed to take out that Tracer. As long as you don't try and get too aggressive with Soldier 76 and you sort of play it safe, keep him about mid-range, poke him, and then sort of push when you need to push, I think he's a pretty viable character. And he's a good starting character, like a fantastic starting character as well. So right now we're going to contest this, take it, try not to get overrun, so I'll have to remember to fall back whenever we get too much there. But right now, I've kind of been fighting with, my depression and all of that stuff. But I'm kind of coming out of my downswing and then going back up into an upswing, which is pretty good. On top of that, I've been looking at different energy supplements so I can kind of get rid of my, yeah, you're not doing that, buddy. we'll go ahead and come over here, and we'll heal up and then go back at it. I've been actually looking at some different energy supplements, like coconut oil and stuff like that. That way I can get, start supplementing or getting rid of the energy drinks and stuff like that. So here's hoping. So far it's been pretty good. That combined with like my macrame or my jewelry making, if you want to use the layman's terms. I think I've been doing pretty good. I've been kind of being able to combat, and those are some dragons, so I'm going to need to fall back there. Nice dodge there. So we're learning. But with, combining the energy supplements, all of that stuff, with the macrame making jewelry and stuff, I've sort of been able to like combat the depression and all the crap that you pick up from working in a call center and getting yelled at from for everybody. So granted, I'm not getting as much done. I'm not burning through all the incidences from the customers and all of that stuff, but I'm managing to keep myself from working until I break down, and then I get sick, and then I call in, and then I get fired. So far it's working pretty good, and here's hoping it can at least get us through Christmas, to the point where that was a nice little kill streak there. Gonna need to... Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Okay, we're pushing along. But here's hoping, after combining everything together and finding ways to like actually manage the depression and this, everything that comes through with that kind of job, I think I should be able to get through to Christmas and then find another job from there. If not, I may have to put my World of Warcraft stuff on hold until I can find another job or find some way of actually taking care of the account. And so far we're doing pretty good as Soldier 76. And I think pretty much I'm just picking up Kill Hog's kills there. But yeah, oh well. I'll just say it's like being a pro and then like doing awesome stuff. So we actually won that one. And we're at about 12 minutes, so we'll play another one. But yeah, like I said, that's the plan. We're going to try and get to Christmas and then go from there. Fingers crossed everything works out. And it doesn't look like I got the play of the game. It looks like you got this one here. So, for right now, it looks like I'm pretty much getting to a consistent point with Soldier 76. So I think I'll probably pick up a different character and start learning to play him from there. Hey, we managed to get on the board. Nice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give it to him. So...
Epic.
But yeah, like I said, right now I'm kind of going out of my valley and going into an upswing. Wow, nice little chunk of experience there. So I'm doing good right now. I am. Well, I'm trying to, and like I said, I'm sort of pulling out of my valley and then going back through my natural ups and downs. So yeah, hopefully everything goes pretty good. So 76, we did pretty good. Since we're playing a defense, I'll probably go with Bastion, since Bastion is a really good defense character, and then you can sort of find a choke point, go into his turret mode, and then wreck face from there. So that's going to be the plan on this one, since we're on Hollywood. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and play as him, see if we can't get to some choke points for defense, and then we'll go turret mode and then start rocking face from there. Hopefully. Now, the small times that I've actually been able to have the time to play this game, Bastion has never failed me with a defense. Yet. I say that, and this game will probably make a liar out of me, and it'll probably be some horrible gameplay after this. So, give me a brief second, and I'm going to take a swig of my second beer of the night. Good. Beer and video games. Also, my girlfriend and I have been doing pretty good. We're looking at getting engaged in October. So that's going to be an interesting chapter in my life. The plan of it is for money reasons and stuff like that, we're probably just going to do a courthouse wedding. And then once, we're going to do all of that. And then from there, we're going to actually start getting the actual wedding side of it put together once, we have everything planned out. So I'm excited for that one. I am a little bit nervous. Damn, well, at least we got one of them out of it. I am a little bit nervous about it because it's going to be the first experience that I've had as a married man and stuff like that. I'm kind of excited to see how that chapter in my life goes. And fingers crossed for years and years of a happy marriage. I love her to death, and so far she's been able to stick with me for 4 years. I think it's about 1.5 as a, well, at least I managed to get one of them. But yeah, we've been together for 4 years. 1.5 the years we were dating, and about the rest of the years we've been living together, and we're still going pretty strong. As all couples do, we've had our fights and our downtimes and our hardships, but we've been able to pull through it pretty tough. So I've got nothing but faith that we'll be able to have a long, happy relationship. And actually, through the life, through the time that we've had together, through, our downs and our hardships, I think that's one thing that I've always been able to have faith in, is that, together we'll be able to actually pull through and then make a good life. That together we will make it work. So, and then I'll just go ahead and, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. There's a giant group coming. Might be able to choke point it there. Sort of poke them a little bit, weaken them up, and then see if they can't really help with that. Go ahead and set up here. Get rid of him. Ah, damn. They managed to shut me down there. But we do have this tank mode here. But yeah, for pretty much for my lifetime right now, that's kind of everything that's been going on. But anyways, yeah, back to the gameplay. Before you guys get too bored about everything, and I think I might have popped this too soon. Yeah, I think I did. I popped it way too soon. I figured everybody would be there by that time, but I think our plan sort of worked out here. Sorry about that long silence there. We found a good sort of choke point, and then we were rocking face from there. And he popped his ultimate in the room, but I think for the amount of people that we managed to take down with that, I think that was a good play. But something I did learn is Bastion is a beast. If you can get him into a choke point, and then you can sort of catch the group there, you can just sort of poke them to high living hell with his sentry mode. Now, granted, if you get rushed or something like that, you're not really going to do it all that well, but you can do. Well, damn, we almost got him. But yeah, you can sort of, whoa, my pop filter just went crazy on me. There we go. But yeah, the cool thing with Bastion is if you can get them in a choke point, you can go sentry mode with them, and then you can just sort of wreck face from there. So he's a pretty good defend character, and so for right now, for attack, I usually will, or for the times that I've played, I like to run Soldier 76. For defense, I like to run Bastion. Come on out here, guys. Oh, there they go. So he popped back out there. But for defense, I like to run Bastion because he's sort of like the beginner's friendly defense character. You know, you really don't have to master any like epic games or any like difficult mechanics. You can just sort of set up shop and then go from there. So he's kind of really nice. He like gives us new players sort of like a chance to do a really good part with the game. So that's something I really like about Blizzard. Something about that, I was going to say something and I just remembered it. I think I've actually completely forgiven Blizzard about it, with their mishap with Diablo. You know, I think for me, I kind of had to remember that it was Blizzard's first game for the consoles, so they didn't quite have, you know, everything worked out for it. They had, you know, the Diablo was sort of like their pioneer to figure everything out for the console, and then once Overwatch came out, they were then able to actually figure out, you know, how to properly take care of, you know, all of their demographics, both PC and damn. Well, we got at least 7 players there, but they had actually figured out how to take care of all of their demographics, both PC and, you know, the consoles and all of that stuff as well. And I really enjoy the Overwatch game and where everything's going with it. So I am now back as a humble sheep for the Blizzard games. Completely. So yeah, I'm happy. I am. I also picked up a... Yeah, there we go. We managed to chip him back around the corner there. But a humble sheep back to the Blizzard games.
No one can hide from my sight.
Nope. And it looks like we just shut the Reaper down there. But Bastion is a really beginner-friendly, character. I like him. But then again, I always like the robots and stuff like that. It looks like we're going to win this one again. Right now, we're currently at 22 minutes recording time, so after this game, I'll probably close it there. And yeah, we're not really doing a whole bunch of epic gameplay with this, but I think Bastion is sort of more of a setup shop, play the objective character. So I think we're just going to go ahead and play him to his strengths. And for right now, we're pretty much rocking face. Yeah, just playing his strengths and going from there. Ah, damn it. I didn't quite get locked onto him quick enough. But we're doing pretty good. 10 seconds, they're about halfway. I think we're going to win this one. Well, yeah, we're going to win this one. Oh, no, overtime. But no, actually, I'll go ahead and start closing it here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you found this one as a standalone video, I do thank you guys kindly for sticking with this. Well, this one may take a little while longer. But I do thank you guys kindly for tuning in. If you guys are sticking with this from, you know, since the beginning, I do thank you guys kindly for being with me. I'm not going to tell you guys to subscribe. If you like the video, drop a like button and leave a comment, you know? Don't be strangers out there. Now, I'll go ahead and close it here. As always, I thank you guys kindly from the bottom of my heart for sticking in, or tuning in. Stay safe out there. And as always, guys, I will leave a light on for you.